just going to talk about the news a little bit and elaborate on how it mentions that Turkey says that sanctions should be removed in Syria. So, during the regime of Mr. Assad, there were sanctions against Syria, but now the the interim leader of Syria, Mr. Jolani, says that the sanctions should be lifted up. Oh, sorry, Turkey says that. I'm sorry. Wait, the and so um, I wonder what will happen when Israel advances in Syria, and it will encounter, Turkey, or well, I mean the Turkish-backed Syrian group, So I mean they are going to fight, and so we are not heading towards anything good. And the Turkish foreign minister says that they are ready to work with the new cabinet in Syria. I mean, this advertisement comes. Good evening. I'm sorry, I'm just having supper while watching the news. How are you doing? So, in the news, it mentions that the new Syrian, interim leader, Mr. Jalani, says that the sanctions should be lifted up in Syria. So, isn't that interesting that before, during the Assad regime, there were sanctions against Syria, but as Russia was kicked out, and now Turkey says that the sanctions against Syria should be lifted up because there is a new, interim leader. So, isn't that interesting? I got family in Lebanon. Hello, how are you doing? What's up? So, isn't that interesting? When Russia is somewhere, there's Russian presence, there must be sanctions. But as soon as Russia is kicked out, oh well, the sanctions should be lifted up. Isn't that an irony? It's interesting why everything is, Russia, Russia, Russia, like it's like the evil. But see, my point from my previous videos that Israel is against any type of communism, because it doesn't see it as a basic right that people have housing, a right for education, because it wants itself to be superior over the entire world, the chosen nation. So that's why so I don't want to comment on other tensions in the region. I mean, with regards to, between Pakistan and India, I don't want to comment on that. I'm just talking about the issues like in the region, like the Middle East and So yeah, Russia fights against Israel, and that's why it's humiliated on all fronts, because Israel wants anyone who speaks against it to be humiliated, even Bangladesh is a land. Well, I don't know about the history of Asian countries much. Just very little, main events in World War II that happened in Asia. Japan was ruling over China and Korea and those things. I'm sorry for having something in the meantime. I'm just saying that the conflicts are driven by people, they it's deliberately done. The first wrong thing that we have, humans, is we think in borders. Oh, you were born in a particular country, and this is the sum total value of you, like you are, I don't know, Japanese, or the other person is Chinese, or some, like, people give value to that, like the borders, but actually it's the thing that divides people, is these borders. And why do we speak different languages? It's because humans sin, and God didn't want people to feel that people are superior. So it wanted people to humble themselves. Yeah, don't speak those languages, and people don't understand each other. Turkish language, yeah, is on TV. So anyway, I'm just saying that people just think in borders. Yeah, this is the boundary, between people, the division. But it's so wrong, because that's why people just hate each other and judge each other, because they can't share. That's the main thing, is that people can't share. Isn't that? No, they can't share anything, and so they hate each other. That's my point. So one country thinks it's superior over the other. It's so wrong. It's not. Or it shouldn't be. I don't like nationalism. Because it's just limiting people just for their own own country and little boundaries. It doesn't help. So I'm just saying. Okay, so I will switch the volume on shortly. Sorry. So let's listen in. So we are going to support Syria, support Syria, and we are ready to work with the new government. So the Turkish foreign minister says this. Who is brainwashed? Are you talking about me? Hello, welcome to my channel. So, the Turkish foreign minister says that in the new interim regime, he sees a vision and will. So they are ready to work with them. Why am I brainwashed to say nationalism is bad? I'm just asking you, because it just leads to wars and people just thinking in a limited sense that, or the other person just over a certain, like, drawn border. This is the border, dividing peoples. And so, oh yeah, this is, the other person over there is, no, this is, not a person, this is someone else. And why? It's not embracing other cultures. In what way? Too much nationalism, it actually leads to bad results. I mean, it doesn't lead to anything good. Too much nationalism, it just leads to like, if somebody is too nationalist, it doesn't lead them to, I don't know, good things. I don't care about a person's nationality, it's not the first thing. It's not the first thing I look at. It's not like it's not what I look at primarily. This person is from this country, so yeah, then no, it's not. But some people do, the main thing for them is just, ideology or nationality or something like that. It depends on, who you are, what your values are. I mean, some people don't care about nationalities. Merry Christmas, hello. There's differences for a reason. Backup, I don't know your real name, but so what is the reason for the differences? You may want to elaborate on that if you want. ABD başka ülkelerin çıkarlarını gözetiyor. America is looking out for the interests of other countries. No, you got to be kidding. There was this headline that ABD başka ülkelerin çıkarlarını gözetiyor. Like, it means that ABD is United States of America in Turkish, and so the United States is looking out for the interests of other countries. That's a big lie. That's a big lie.
Dünyada yılın kelimesi beyin çürümesi. Beyin çürümesinin panzehiri hatırlamak. Hatırlamak ve unutmamak için toplumsal hafızaya bu haftada hoş geldiniz. Suriye ile başlayacağız. Suriye artık özgür ama
Syria is free now. But for the wounds to heal, to wrap up the wounds, and many people outside of Syria are refugees. And we created a file to
aklımız, hafızamız, vicdanımız 2015 yılında.
In 2015.
O topraklardaydı. Aylan bebekteydi. Aylan bebeği unutmadık ve
and we didn't forget Aylan.
Toplumsal hafıza, Aylan bebekle ilgili hazırladığımız göçmen dosyasıyla.
And so this is the file of the refugees. So in 2015, December 8, It's awful. You look at
Son
the
kez baktı etrafına korkunç.
buildings, but
Katlettiği yüz binlerin ahı hala asılıydı.
but
Omuzlarında işlediği
I
cinayet.
disagree with this news.
Ürkek adımlarla hiç konuşmadan bindi karartılmış bir uçağa. Uçağın yükü Suriye halkının zenginlikleriydi.
That he was taking the riches of Syria with him.
Hırsız olarak havalandı. Zulümle yönettiği topraklardan.
It's actually what our Western powers are going to do with Syria. They are going to take
Çoktan girmişti
wealth from Syria.
Kanlı iktidarı süresince ülkelerinden kovduğu, zorla sürgün ettiği milyonlar büyük coşkuyla özgürlüğü kutlarken dünyanın
He didn't want people to leave Syria. I mean, it was the Western powers that stirred up. I'm not translating now, but I'm
bir
just...
zamanlar her şey olan Esad artık hiçbir şey.
So once he was everything,
O artık bir sığınmacıydı.
and so he took refuge in
Böyle kaçtı.
Russia.
Esad ve katil sürüsü Suriye'den.
This is how he escaped this.
Yine ağlarını örmüş. Hak yine yerini bulmuştu. Neden diye sormuş mudur acaba kendine? Akıllarına gelmiş midir öldürdükleri bir an olsun? Ya da ölüme yolladıkları?
That was he ever thinking of people being killed? Well,
İnsanlığın kıyısına vuran Ayla'nın adı düşmüş müdür akıllarının bir köşesine?
and so now it's mentioned that this child was on the shores of Turkey in 2015,
Nedenini bile bilmediği ölüşünü
and the
zalimlerin yüzlerine çarptı.
Syrian refugee.
Dünya Göçmenler Günü'nde vatanından
And on the World Refugee Day,
bir kez daha hatırlaması.
once more, it's like time to remember these. But it's Israel doing all these evil things.
Dinlerken gözyaşlarının yetim kaldığı bir acıydı.
And the pain of being
2015'te sabahın kör saatinde
with,
ailesiyle birlikte Bodrum'dan yola çıkan
From-
bir botun içine sığmıştı küçücük bedeni. Ama bu koskoca dünyaya sığamayacaktı.
but into this big world couldn't
Dünya dedikleri sağ
take.
dizsiz topraklara doğruydu rotaları. Karşı kıyıya yol aldıklarını düşünürken ölümün koynuna girdikleri bir acı
And when they thought they would reach the other shores, they actually went into death.
Daha önce 3 kez denemişler.
And before they tried 3 times to
Annesi, babası, abisi de vardı o botta. Ama çok geçmeden dalgalar yükselecek.
but the
Deniz
waves
kapatacak
were rising
ve
and
hava zifiri bir karanlığa teslim olacaktı. Sonrası hepimizin malumu. Bir baba, bir de tarifi imkansız acı kaldı geriye.
and after just the father remained with
Kötülüğünden düşürülmedi bile. Çünkü
pain.
rejim onlara kimlik vermemiş, üstelik de vatansız bırakmıştı. Büyük insanlık, küçücük bir bedende, Ayla'nın vücudunda karaya vurmuştu. Bir vesikalık fotoğrafı bile olmayan Ayla, tüm vicdanlı insanları topluca bir acıya sığdırmış. Tek bir fotoğraf karesine böyle hapsetmişti.
like this image of the child
Suriyelilerin sorunlarının çözümü için artık
is-
harekete geçilir diye düşünenler kısa sürede yanıldıklarını anladı.
and those who thought that the Syrian issue would be solved.
Heykelleri yapıldı. Birçok ülkede lüks salonlarda Aylan bebek ve hayatını kaybedenler anıldı. Bolca konuşma yapıldı, çok alkış yapıldı. Ama hepsi yitenler için. Kör bir susuşa esir olan, tek dişi bile kalmamış medeni dünya, Aylan'ın
And the civilized world
vicdanlarını yıkadı ve hiçbir şey olmamış gibi o denizden çıktı. Her şeyi unuttu. Kalanlar için hiçbir şey yapılmadı. Gerçekleri söylemek
And for those who remained, there was nothing done.
Kucak açan, ekmeğini onlarla paylaşan Türkiye ve liderine kalmıştı.
Dünya canlarını kurtarmak için çıktıkları yolculukları ya Akdeniz'in karanlık sularında ya da sınırlara gerilen tel örgülerin önlerinde sonlanan
And in
milyonlarca
front of the
Müslümanlar maalesef
barbed wire
çok çabuk unuttu.
fences.
Özellikle
How?
işte gördüğünüz gibi Aylan bebeği dünya çok çabuk unuttu. Unutmayın ki bir gün ola ki aynı durum
Uh,
sizlerin de başına
that
gelebilir.
this situation may come
Çünkü
to you
Aylan
once.
bebekler
Like
bir değil, binler,
there are
milyonlar.
millions.
Tüm bunlara karşı tedbirimizi almak durumundayız.
Bu konuşmadan yaklaşık 5 yıl sonra kaydedildi bu görüntü. Ve tam da söylendiği gibi oldu. O gün bu sözlere kulak tıkayanlar, milyonları sürgüne mecbur bırakan zalimler ki hepsi korkak olur, böyle kaçtılar.
Now it's talking about, the
Ota birkaç parça eşya ile binen kişi Suriye'nin en güçlü istihbaratçılarından ayrıldı. Milyonlarca Suriyeli yerinden eden Akdeniz'i, Ege'yi ölüm denizine çeviren
So, but actually, why in the first place, Western countries, USA sent troops to Syria? Why?
insanlığa karşı suçlar ve savaş suçları.
Why? Just because the country had a good relationship with Russia. I mean, excuse me, back then with the Soviet Union, and so just because of that, the country was, stirred up by the Western powers, first, USA, and then it's only later that Russian troops came in after the United States, and so I think, given that there's much rhetoric against Russia in Europe, I think it's, Russia is not at fault for people to have much hatred towards Russia. So, I don't know, maybe, to answer your question, maybe that will happen, maybe not. I don't know. But if Europe keeps continuing to hate on Russia so much that it does, it's not going to lead to any good situation. It's just going to be a mess. And Slava Rassi, glory to Russia. Because it's the only country that really, says that there is injustice in the world. And capitalism is so wrong. And people are treated as slaves, it's wrong. So, Russia, glory to Russia for, saying those things. Slava Rassi. So, I don't buy the words by the Turkish president for some reason. Because, he says, good things, that, the world is bigger than 5 countries. Dünya 5'ten büyüktür. The Turkish president says that. And, but, hello, I'm not auntie, but I look old, I guess. Merry Christmas. So I'm just saying that it's, he says, some good things that, Dünya 5'ten büyüktür. The world is bigger than 5 countries. But then why was, Syria, United States and the Western countries, what did they have to do in Syria? Oh, they say to make Syria free from dictatorship, you know. And but Mr. Assad, you know, was, you know, he said, why would he gain anything by losing millions of Syrian people from his country? In interview from the past, he was saying that, I mean, why would he want that, you know? And so anyway, I don't talk because people would, you know, yeah, the world is doomed.
Sonsuzluğa çıkıştırıyoruz.
So yeah, I agree with you that the world is doomed, because So I'm just saying that the but if the narrative is too one-sided, like the entire Western world says something, this is evil, evil, evil, evil. There may be something else, like it's just we are given half truths, and that's wrong, so it's if everything is just this is evil, this is evil, the entire Western world is saying that there may be something else that we don't know of, like I don't know, something, because I don't think I don't care. I mean, in the world is quite screwed up, the world is very much screwed up. I mean, I'm sorry for swearing, but yeah, that's my opinion about it. So, it's not leading to any, yeah, so it has to, like, everybody is, judging a person based on, yeah, you believe this, you believe that. It's not about, being kind to one another. It's not about, I'm sorry. It's not about being kind to one another. It's about like um yeah, wars, it's about power, yeah, and how throughout history some empires got bigger and they got more land and more subordinate people, okay, so that's how they got powerful. And so this is how, okay, I will change the Hungary, from a small country in Europe. Again, the topic is Syria on the news, about the new leadership, like the interim leadership until, yes, but I don't live there. So, yeah, I mentioned in my lives, but on my channel it's, evident, like I share videos from Turkey, so yeah. If you ask me about experiences, it's a mixture of experiences, some odd and so what, some people send strange messages. I'm not going to respond to the strange messages, so anyway, I'm just, feel terribly. Hello, greetings to the US. So I'm just saying that if the Western world screams that this was evil and we had to sanction Syria before, but now no more sanctions, it's something. Just because Russia was kicked out, there would be no more need for sanctions, and tell me if this is legitimate reason, like I'm just saying it's just how to say, odd to me that all of a sudden now Syria is different, it's free, and but before it was like, oh, the regime was evil, and all that, yeah. and the entire Western world believes it, buys this thing, and merhaba, hello. No, I don't live near the Black Sea. Yeah, I don't live near the sea. So anyway, I'm just saying. So what's the reason why the regime, if the regime changed now, everything is, great. No more sanctions needed. No more sanctions needed because, oh wow, free Syria. It's like the same as free Iraq. And now it's subordinate to Israel, and also I think Turkey also somehow, it's why is Russia evil? Because Russia talks about Palestinians. I mean, Turkey does too, but Russia is doing things against Israel, and I think the former leader of Syria was doing things against Israel so that he had to be removed. I do believe that's the reason why he is hated so much, because he wasn't agreeing with the Jews. He wasn't he wasn't agreeing with the Jews, and so if anybody disagrees with Israelis, they are going to receive punishment. If you don't agree. I can't see what I'm doing exactly, but just so if you don't agree with Israel, yeah, I'm just going to wash it off. It's just for fun. I do this, but I'm just saying, the former regime wasn't on the side of Israel, so it had to be punished. I'm saying it was literally punished. And so Syria had experienced this chaos, and all by the Western powers at the request of Israel. And now Israel can take land, Syrian land, guys. And so, yeah, that's going to happen. And then what will Turkey do? I mean, it's going to fight with Israel one day, hopefully. But Russia didn't want this to happen. Russia didn't want Syria to lose land to Israel. Russia was there to protect Syrian people. Russia is on the side of Arab countries. But in the past 14 years, how many regime changes occurred in the Middle East? 9 leaders were, removed. And it's all because Israel wanted, Libya and Gaddafi and all those, they were removed because Israel didn't want them. So yeah. And now I found it odd, Turkey, talks about, Palestinians, but yeah, they may send food aid or something to Palestinians, but I mean, actually on the ground, so Syria, if Syria, loses land for Israel, when will Turkey stop it? When? Just when they encounter in Damascus, Damascus is Sham in Turkish, but I say Damascus in English. But if I have to speak in Turkish, I say Sham. But I'm just saying, so I wonder about all these topics. Why did they occur, and why was somebody demonized? I mean, the former leader of Syria was demonized, basically, which is, I mean, a pretty serious thing. It's not like heavy stuff. It's not only simple accusations. He was really, really accused with, serious stuff. And what? So then he is accused with serious stuff. But the leader, which has, ordered, the Gaza to be, bombarded so much that over 40,000 people have died. That leader is still like free, like nobody can say anything about him, because he is, the big big boss, like you cannot say anything about the big boss, because you are going to get into trouble, right, if you say so. I wonder why, the former, president of Syria was, so much demonized. But the other, like, what you have clear proof of that happened right in front of our eyes, we don't have any. Oh, no, that person is, free to. There's, like ICC, international court, like issued. Yeah, he can be arrested, but yeah, it's only just, well, in words. Yeah, nobody's going to do anything, because he is powerful, and so, if somebody is powerful, well, you cannot play with powerful people much, because you are going to get into trouble. So I'm just saying. And the Bible says, I'm just not going to preach, but the Bible says that, the world is in the hands of the evil one. Like, I'm just saying, in the world there are more than one evils, like the evils cooperate, I think, in the world. Like, that's how our lives are miserable in the world, like we suffer, because the people are deliberately oppressed, so that, those people who lead the world, they can, rule over, I'm not. It's definitely clear from my accent that I'm not from the UK or anything. I have a different accent. So I'm checking just the messages. Yeah, somebody, like a Turkish person, just wanted to, yeah, mock me. Yeah, whatever you are doing, yeah, I look silly. Yeah, I know. I have been through there. By punishment at school, what do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean? Say something about the oil spill. What oil spill? Where? Um, so yeah, some people are just here to write some, odd messages, like disrupting my life, which is so easy, like, I don't see you and I don't even know who you are. So, like, if you swear at me, I don't even have a chance to, like, no idea who the person is. So you get away with, that. So yeah, it's very easy. I'm just saying that, if somebody is too much demonized, there is something that, there's a reason behind why it happened. So I can't believe, those accusations. It's especially by Western countries, to say that, especially America. What do you have to do in Syria that you say that the former leader was this and that? And, CNN, is showing, like, garage of luxury cars in Syria, supposedly. Oh, yeah, the former leader had, luxury cars, and, bullshit. They they put luxury cars in there. It's not like, I'm just saying, this is just such an exaggerated thing. So like, I don't believe them, that it sounds so, like it's so staged, like everything is staged, that yeah, this is what the audience, they want the audience to believe, yeah, this is the case. Oh, how bad he was, awful. And just because they want to grab Syrian, land and money for Israel, and so they had to, like, say all the horrible things about the former leader just to remove him, just to yeah, this was the only reason. I'm just saying, y- whatever you do, what some people write absolutely nonsense about, yeah, it has nothing to do with my life. So I'm just saying this accusation was made up, and I don't believe a word of it. And in the world we cannot say the real villain is, the real evil is. We can never say that, because yeah, because yeah, and so those people who are accused so badly, it's because there is just I'm not from Russia. I'm from Central Eastern Europe. Yeah, but so I'm just saying that, the CNN, video of, luxury cars in Syria, that the former ousted president had collection. What? I mean, he didn't want foreign intervention in his country. He was against it. He didn't want Israel to take Syrian land, but there was, like, the entire Western world cooperated so that, things would be horrible in Syria. There would be Syrian refugees, and so then they could say, oh, this the former president had done, and so yeah, and I was so afraid that he would be killed, like, they would, like, kill him, like, for example, they killed Saddam Hussein in the past in Iraq. Like, like, I'm just saying, it was just, so I'm glad that, he wasn't, killed. But I'm just saying that there's so much evil was, just because he didn't want Israel to take, his land. um so here I am, Slava. Slava Rasi. Glory to Russia. Hello. Hello. So, I mean, Russia stands against Nazism, even if it sounds odd to you guys. It stands against Nazism. It doesn't want a superior, nation, a chosen nation, Israel. Russia is, against such thing. Sorry, what? Putin? It's like saying, what about Netanyahu? No, it's yeah. So some people are probably just trying to disrupt my life with what messages. I'm just saying that if the entire Western world screams that, oh, this is bad, the former leader is bad, make sure and be sure that they are after grabbing Syria's wealth. They want to grab Syrian money. The Western countries is the only reason they destroyed the country. And the former president didn't want refugees, didn't want human resources to leave the country. It was the Western foreign intervention terrorist groups, foreign terrorist groups that went into Syria, that the place wasn't safe for people, and so millions of refugees became, I mean, refugees, because yeah, it wasn't safe for them. So We don't want them in Europe. What do you mean? Um, what do you don't want in Europe? I don't get it. I don't know. Sorry, I maybe have missed your message. But I'm just saying, you know what we are told that this is the good guy. That's not the good guy. And when we are told this is the bad guy, the evil one, be sure that's not the evil one. So we are being fooled. And so I'm just saying, if somebody is demonized to the point of humiliation and all that, be sure it's Israeli propaganda. If somebody is humiliated so much, then it's because Israel wants it to be humiliated, because they want to be the chosen nation and reaffirm their control over the world. Make sure that this happens because that person is humiliated because, and so this is, the power mechanism that occurs, that, that we can't stop because we are being controlled. Okay, we are being controlled. It's about control and money, and Israel wants that control and money over the Middle East and every single country. And I'm just saying, if anybody opposes it, that person is going to be humiliated. So I'm just saying, the reason why the Russian President Putin is humiliated is because he stands against Israel, and Israel humiliates everybody which stands against it. I'm just saying this is the case, because it has been proven that Ukraine stands for Israel, and mm, um, Russia stands with the Palestinians. So I'm just saying, what, Israel deserves that money? No, no, I disagree, because if it just wants to get bigger and bigger land, land mass, just for the sake of, that it is the chosen nation and it deserves, other lands, then, well, that's not nice. That's really not nice, how it manages to reach those goals. It's not good, especially when it comes at a cost of, destroying its neighboring countries, Arab countries like Lebanon, Syria, and the Palestinians. If it destroys them, so that it could grab those lands. That's not fairness. Don't tell me it's fairness. uh, Killing people for the sake of land grabbing is not fairness. It's not something that you could justify. You know So I'm just saying, the humiliation is because I'm going to wash off this thing. I was just trying it out, the color, how it was. I don't know. So I'm just saying that humiliation comes because Israel would humiliate anyone which stands against it. So look on social media, and anybody who has said a word against it, that person was put under scrutiny and humiliation. So it was, humiliated like, oh, you cannot go against it. It's just something that you are going to pay a price for. It's not like. So it's really, we live in a world that's heavily controlled by, power. It's all about power, and it's nothing about goodness. It's nothing about fairness. It's all about, bad things. It's all evil stuff. So I'm just tired of this situation that we cannot say anything, and so yeah, it's just a bad situation for all of us. I mean, people are going to suffer, and yeah, it's going to be a painful situation. So I'm just saying, we are stuck in this evil world where we have no love for one another, like no kindness, and yeah, but it shouldn't be that we are, all designed to suffer. Well, it is because of human sin, but it's yeah, it shouldn't be the case. But yeah, this is it. We suffer because yeah, people make bad decisions, wrong decisions, and so we are going to suffer naturally because of other people's bad decision. So it's all about that part. So yeah, it's bad decisions of other humans that make us suffer, so yeah, it's a crap situation, like we are stuck in this forever, like until the rest of our lives we are stuck in this situation, and it's very bad. I mean, there is no solution. Injustice is part of human life. So we are going to suffer, due to injustice. We are going to have more pain, and nothing is getting better, it's not like anything gets better, just worse. It's the last days of humankind that we live in, and everything is getting worse and worse, and people treat each other worse and worse, and so I'm just saying, we are stuck in this situation that doesn't lead to anything. Hello. So this is in a Christian uh, area, this interview in Syria with a lady, that what are they expecting from the new
Hepiniz oradan geldiniz. Türkiye'mizden geldiniz. Siz de Kilis'ten. Evet. Türkçeyi de hiç unutmamışsınız.
Ah, you haven't forgotten Turkish.
Mersi. Çok şükür. Yallah. Buyurun bize. Çok sağ olun. Çok teşekkür ediyorum. Bizden istediğiniz bir şey var mı sizin için?
How lovely lady.
Yok, sağ olun. Eğer bize bir faydanız olursa, bir karaltılar biraz ucuzlanırsa biz de yiyecek oluruz.
Oh, it's so obviously the country has such pain because it experienced war, by Western countries, so no wonder the prices are, like, I don't feel happy. I wish I died because there is no point of my life, but nobody cares. But anyway, I'm just going to finish off this live, wrap up. So take care and thanks for watching. Goodbye. Ma salam. Goodbye in Arabic.
Türkiye'ye bir şey söylemek ister mi? Türkiye hakkında ne?
يعني نتمنى نروح نزورهم. يعني ان شاء الله يكسر الله عليك بعد زيارتي لتركيا. ونشوف الشعب.